You might not be ready for what's happening online right now. This isn't just another random celebrity rumor. Something much bigger is going on. Something that's shaking up Justin Bieber's image, the one he spent years trying to protect. A track called She'll Always Be My Muse supposedly leaked, and the internet completely lost its mind. People aren't obsessed just because it sounds emotional, but because it seems to point directly at Selena Gomez, Justin's ex, his past love, and maybe, even now, his inspiration. But here's what makes it even messier. Justin is married to Hailey Bieber, and they have a baby together. Everyone thought they were happy and settled. So why would a song like this suddenly appear? Is it real? Is it fake? Or could it be something Justin recorded privately that somehow got out? Because if those lyrics, "She'll always be my muse," really came from him, it's not just gossip anymore. It's a bombshell that could shake his marriage, his public image, and everything he's worked so hard to rebuild. Social media has completely exploded. Posts and videos are everywhere claiming Justin dropped a song about Selena. The title alone, "She'll Always Be My Muse," sent people into overdrive. The track is described as emotional, stripped back, and deeply personal, echoing his on and off relationship with Selena that lasted from 2010 to 2018. But it's not the melody or production that people are reacting to. It's that one line, "She'll always be my muse." That simple lyric has lit up the internet like wildfire. Fans are crying, critics are raging, and everyone is fighting to figure out what it all means. Another rumored line, a chapter that never closed, made things even crazier. People said it felt like emotional dynamite disguised as a love song. And the reactions? Absolutely wild. Remember, Justin isn't the heartbroken teen idol from years ago. He's a husband and a father now. So when a married man with a new family supposedly calls his ex his forever muse, you can imagine the storm that follows. Some fans say the song reminds them of Justin's Justice, 2021 and Change's 2020 albums, that raw, honest tone that feels like reading his diary. As the rumor spread, chaos followed. Some fans praised Justin for being vulnerable. "You can tell she still means a lot to him," one comment said. Others called it deep and artistic, a reflection of his real emotions. But not everyone agreed. Many criticized him, saying that calling your ex your muse while married isn't romantic. It's disrespectful. One angry fan wrote, "Let the past stay in the past." And honestly, a lot of people thought that was fair. Any relationship would feel strained if old feelings like that resurfaced, especially under the public spotlight. Selena's fans were just as divided. Some said the song proves how deeply she inspired Justin, and that she'll always be part of his creative journey. Others rolled their eyes, saying Justin needs to move on. "She's thriving," one fan posted. "He's the one stuck in the past." Then came the twist that made things even more dramatic. The producer rumored to be behind the track. Benny Blanco, Selena's fiancé, yes, the same Benny who's been proudly calling Selena the love of his life and has been producing her music. Suddenly everyone had questions. Did Selena know about this? Did she approve it? Or was Benny secretly producing a love song for his fiancé's ex? Some called the situation poetic irony. Others called it pure betrayal hidden behind art. Either way, it only made things more intense. Because when music, exes, and new partners collide, things don't just trend. They explode. The tabloids, of course, jumped right in. TMZ, Page 6, and dozens of gossip sites started posting dramatic headlines like "Rekindled Feelings," "Trouble in Bieber," "Paradise and Selena," "The Muse Who Won't Let Go." Even major outlets like Billboard and Rolling Stone tried to frame it as a creative discussion about songwriting and inspiration. But everyone knew they were just feeding the chaos for clicks. That's how it always goes. Whenever a celebrity releases something emotional, people forget that real lives are behind the lyrics. It stops being about music and becomes a detective game. Fans start searching for hidden meanings, stalking Instagram likes, analyzing old interviews, even reading too much into a single facial expression. Every pause or silence suddenly becomes a secret message. And through all of this noise, neither Justin nor Selena said a word. That silence only made people talk louder. But the quiet that stood out the most was Hailey Bieber's. Justin's wife, and the mother of his child, has said absolutely nothing. No post, no comment, no cryptic emoji. Nothing. And when your husband is trending because he supposedly wrote a song about his ex, silence starts to sound like a statement. Some think Hailey's silence means she's hurt or heartbroken. Others say it's a sign of strength, that she refuses to give the rumor any power. But everyone's still guessing. Is she angry? Calm? Or does she already know the truth about what's really going on? Meanwhile, Justin's supporters argue that people are blowing everything out of proportion. It's just art, they say. Artists draw inspiration from their past all the time, and maybe they're right. But others think this situation feels different, that maybe the art revealed more than Justin meant it to. That's where things get complicated, because beneath all the gossip and social media noise, there's a bigger question. Where do you draw the line between creative expression and emotional betrayal? When an artist writes about their past, is it honesty or disrespect? Some people say true art has to come from real experiences, even painful ones. You can't tell an artist what not to write about, one user argued, but others disagreed, saying it's not about censorship, it's about boundaries. How long does Hailey have to live in the shadow of someone she didn't marry? Another fan commented, "You can't glorify your past at the cost of your present." Through all this, Selena remained quiet, calm and seemingly unaffected. No statements, no cryptic messages, just silence. And that silence spoke volumes. Whether she saw the situation as flattering or manipulative, nobody knew. But the fact that she didn't react made the whole thing even more powerful. Then came the biggest twist of all. After hours of digging, fact-checking, and searching every music database, people discovered the truth. The song didn't exist. "She'll Always Be My Muse" was completely fake. There was no release, no streaming link, no official lyrics. Nothing. Just rumors and a few edited clips floating around. The only real thing anyone found was an old Instagram video where Justin sang a few random lines about sunshine and a Birkin bag. No mention of a muse. No reference to Selena. So the entire drama, the fan wars, the angry comments, the debates, was all built on nothing but a rumor, a digital illusion that spread like wildfire. But even though the song wasn't real, the emotions it stirred up were. The tension, the fights, the doubts, all of that was real. And now everyone's left wondering, where did this rumor even come from? Who started it? If Justin never wrote a song for Selena, how did something so small turn into global chaos? The strange thing is, the answer might have been right in front of everyone the whole time. In March 2020, Selena Gomez dropped her new album, I Said I Love You First. The title already hinted at something bold, but the real impact came from the songs themselves. Tracks like How Does It Feel to Be Forgotten and You Said You Were Sorry hit hard. Emotional, raw, and full of truth. One lyric instantly caught everyone's attention. "Go cry where no one's watching. How does it feel to be forgotten?" Fans immediately began decoding it. Was she talking about Justin Bieber? Was this her final message to him? Closing the book on that long, complicated chapter? Another lyric seemed to echo Justin's 2015 hit, Sorry. "I had a dream. You said you were sorry. Sorry for everything you put on me." She never said his name, but the message felt pointed. For many listeners, it was obvious and brutal. That's when people started realizing something important. The Muse rumor that had blown up online didn't actually start with Justin. It started with Selena's music. Somewhere along the way, the story flipped, and the internet ran with the wrong version. Once that became clear, a new question took over. Why were people so quick to believe the wrong story? This wasn't just confusion. It was mass belief built on emotion. The rumor spread fast because it felt real. People weren't reacting to evidence. They were reacting to a narrative they already wanted to believe, that Justin and Selena still had some unfinished story. The truth didn't matter as much as the feeling. Everyone wanted closure, and the internet gave them a ghost story dressed up as romance. The song didn't even need to exist. It just had to feel real. That was enough to make millions believe it. What began as whispers turned into a massive online drama. TikTok videos, fan theories, memes. The internet built an entire story out of thin air. Suddenly, people were dissecting Justin's marriage, an old breakup, and projecting their own heartbreak onto two people who hadn't publicly spoken to each other in years. This wasn't journalism anymore. It was fan fiction pretending to be news. One fake song and one rumor had pulled everyone back into a love story that ended nearly 10 years ago. To understand why that happened, you have to understand what Justin and Selena meant to an entire generation. Jelena wasn't just a couple, it was a cultural moment. From 2010 to 2018, their relationship played out in public, messy and magnetic. Every kiss, every fight, every cryptic quote, fans watched it all happen in real time. They weren't just spectators, they were emotionally invested. Their highs and lows became reflections of everyone's first heartbreak and young love. One week, they looked like Hollywood royalty on the red carpet. The next, they were posting breakup quotes on Instagram. Fans followed every twist, trying to figure out who hurt who moved on first, who still cared. Their relationship became a mirror for anyone who'd ever loved someone they couldn't let go of. So when whispers of a muse resurfaced, real or not, it reopened old emotions. Fans didn't need proof, they needed nostalgia. Jelena had always given them that feeling of bittersweet love, and the fake rumor brought it rushing back. The truth, though, is that both Justin and Selena have moved on. Justin married Hailey Baldwin in 2018 and stepped into a new life focused on faith, family, and fatherhood. He's called Hailey the best thing that's ever happened to him, but no matter how many times he's said it, the shadow of his past with Selena follows him. The internet doesn't bury love stories, it archives them forever. Selena took a quieter, more personal path. She didn't rush into marriage. She focused on herself, healing, rebuilding, and evolving. She launched Rare Beauty, earned critical acclaim, and made music that felt honest rather than flashy. When she released Lose You to Love Me in 2019, it wasn't just another breakup ballad. It was a farewell to her old self. For her, that song was closure. But many fans never found their own closure. For them, this wasn't just celebrity gossip. It was emotional memory. Their connection to Jelena was tied to their own teenage heartbreak. That's why the fake Muse rumor hit so deeply. Even though Justin and Selena had both moved on, their fans hadn't. What's even crazier is that there's no real feud between Hailey and Selena, or between Selena and Madison Beer, who was also dragged into it. The so-called rivalry is something fans created and refused to let go of. Back in 2022, Hailey went on a podcast and made it clear that there was no bad blood. She even said she'd spoken with Selena after marrying Justin. Later, when fans began attacking Madison Beer over a misunderstanding, Selena publicly defended both women. But peace doesn't trend, drama does. The internet clung to the rivalry because it wasn't about truth. It was about emotion. People projected their feelings onto these women, turning them into characters in a story they never wrote. Hailey became the villain. Selena became the heartbroken heroine. Madison became the troublemaker. None of it was real, but it didn't matter. Every post, like, or silence was treated like a coded message. At this point, fans aren't really watching Justin, Selena, or Hailey. They're watching themselves through them. This isn't about celebrity lives. It's about emotional projection. The obsession reveals more about the audience than the people they're fixated on. For many, Yelena wasn't just entertainment. It was personal. They grew up watching that relationship unfold. It was their first glimpse of love, heartbreak, and emotional chaos. And when it ended abruptly, without the closure of a happily ever after, something inside the audience stayed unresolved. Justin got married, Selena moved on, but the fans were left hanging, still waiting for an ending that would make sense. So when the fake "she'll always be my muse" rumor appeared, it reopened that old wound. People didn't cling to it because it was true. They clung to it because it felt true. It filled the emotional gap they never got closure from. The internet became an echo chamber of wishful storytelling. Each post, comment, and TikTok fed the illusion, and the algorithm rewarded it. The more people engaged, the more it spread. Eventually, fiction replaced fact, and no one cared to check what was real anymore. That's the business side of it. Truth doesn't trend, but drama does. The moment the muse rumor started gaining traction, the media pounced. No one paused to fact-check it. They just monetized it. Articles, reaction videos, clickbait headlines, all designed to keep people hooked. The song didn't need to exist. The idea of it was enough to make money. TMZ, Page 6, and countless YouTubers spun stories about hidden messages and secret feelings. Even respected outlets like Rolling Stone and Billboard joined in, disguising gossip as music analysis. But they all knew what was really happening, feeding the machine that profits off speculation. It doesn't take much to set that machine off. Not a song, not a scandal, just one emoji. When Justin left a simple HBD on Madison Beer's birthday post, that should have been nothing. But the internet turned it into a full-blown scandal. People analyzed the heart emoji like it was a secret message. Was it flirting? Was it meant for Hailey? Why didn't he post something similar for her? None of it was real, but that didn't stop the theories. When emotions become content, reality gets blurry. Every like or unfollow becomes a headline. Every silence becomes a clue. The closer people look, the less they actually see. And the algorithm only makes it worse. The more people argue, the more attention the rumor gets, until the lie becomes louder than the truth. That's how a fake song, one that never existed, became one of the biggest online stories of the year. And it shows just how fragile truth has become in celebrity culture. No matter how famous or powerful someone is, once the internet decides who they are, that version of them sticks, whether it's true or not. Justin Bieber rarely speaks up when rumors start. He tends to stay quiet, perhaps hoping that ignoring the noise will make it fade away. But silence no longer protects him. It only gets twisted. At Coachella, when he was spotted dancing shirtless and looking distant, social media instantly filled with drug speculation. Within hours, his team had to publicly deny it. But the clips had already gone viral. For someone trying to reshape his image as a grounded, responsible father, this kind of gossip is damaging. His fame no longer belongs to him. It belongs to whatever story the internet decides to spin. Hailey Bieber, on the other hand, doesn't stay silent. She confronts rumors head-on. When TikTok buzzed with divorce speculation in early 2024, she posted a simple, powerful statement on Instagram. 100% of the stories you're seeing are made up from the land of delusion. It wasn't just a clapback. It was exhaustion speaking. Years of strangers twisting her character online had taken their toll. People who'd never met her had created entire personas around hating her, calling her a copycat, a villain, or worse. Then there's Madison Beer, who has tried to keep her focus on her music and private life. But even she has admitted the constant scrutiny takes its toll. In one interview, her voice trembling, "It hurts so much to start doubting your own reality." That line captures what it's like to live in a world where your every move is analyzed and judged. Fame isn't just about attention anymore. It's about surviving an online ecosystem that consumes people for existing. The harder truth is that all this drama isn't just entertainment for us. It's a form of emotional escape. Watching celebrities argue, break up, or reunite allows us to process our own feelings without actually facing them. When people debate Selena versus Hailey, or question whether Justin still loves his ex, it's not just gossip, it's projection. Fans see their own heartbreaks, insecurities, and jealousy reflected in these stories. Taking sides gives the illusion of control over something we could never control in real life. That's why fandoms online have morphed from communities into tribes. Reddit threads label Hailey a stalker, a clone, or a villain, and no amount of evidence or logic changes their minds. Meanwhile, Selena's supporters treat her like she can do no wrong. Every mistake is erased, every decision justified. It's no longer about music or art. It's about identity. People define themselves by who they defend and who they cancel. And it's not just emotion driving this, it's engineered. Outrage, hashtags, and viral clips are all designed to keep us hooked. The algorithm doesn't care if something is true. It cares if we can't stop watching. Outrage drives clicks. Suspicion keeps people scrolling. When a viral TikTok claimed Hailey had been copying Selena for years, with side-by-side comparisons, dramatic edits, and evidence that wasn't evidence, it didn't matter if it was real. It worked. Attention, emotions, and money were all generated from drama. That's how the system works. Not broken, just optimized. Platforms reward controversy because it keeps users engaged. Creators chase clicks, not accuracy, because outrage spreads faster than facts. News outlets republish fan theories with headlines like "Selena shades Justin in new song." Even if they later clarify there's no proof, the engagement is already earned. Once attention is captured, the truth becomes secondary. This constant consumption affects us too. The more we feed on gossip, the harder it is to connect with anything real. We crave the emotional rush of the next scandal, the next feud, just to feel something. In the process, the line between reality and entertainment blurs. Strip away the rumors and edits, and you find 3 people living lives barely resembling the stories about them. Justin isn't the reckless teen anymore. He's a man trying to redefine adulthood after fame stole much of his youth. His music has slowed, priorities have shifted. He's married, raising a child, and managing his life privately. Sure, he still dances shirtless at festivals, but behind the performance is someone seeking balance in a world that refuses to let him move on. Selena isn't the perpetual ex-girlfriend fans imagine. She's a producer, entrepreneur, and performer with a business empire built on honesty and vulnerability. Her relationship with Benny Blanco is calm, steady, and away from public scrutiny, a life she's earned after years of her every move being dissected. She's writing her story now, not reacting to anyone else's. Hailey isn't just the wife in a viral narrative. She runs a successful skincare brand, navigates motherhood, and survives scrutiny most people couldn't handle. She isn't the villain the internet painted her as. She's maintaining her marriage, keeping her family safe, and managing her life under a relentless microscope. The real story isn't a leaked song or a glance at an event. It's how easily we confuse fiction with reality. The Muse rumor, Justin secretly writing about Selena, didn't expose them. It exposed us. Our obsession with unfinished stories. Our unwillingness to let go. We don't want closure because endings don't trend. We cling to the fantasy of someone being stuck in the past because it keeps our illusion alive. But the truth is they've all moved forward. Justin has focused on family. Selena has found peace. Hailey has stayed grounded, weathering storms without letting them define her. Madison has stepped fully into her own light. The only people still fighting are in the comments. Us. Letting go of the story would mean confronting our own emotions. Perhaps that's what this has been about from the start. Our need to cling to illusions, to believe in triangles, feuds, and secret messages. The reality? That triangle never existed. The only thing left is the echo of what we imagined. Maybe the muse wasn't a person at all. Maybe it was the illusion we built, the one that kept us scrolling, arguing, and chasing closure that was never ours to claim. And maybe now it's time to stop chasing and start moving on, just like they did.